Welcome to our comprehensive exploration of the fundamentals of logistics and supply chain management. In today's interconnected global economy, understanding how goods flow from suppliers to customers has never been more critical. Over the next presentation, we will journey through the essential concepts, strategies, and innovations that driven modern supply chain excellence. Whether you are new to this field or looking to deepen your understanding, this session will provide you with the fundamental knowledge needed to navigate the complex world of logistics and supply chain management. Let's begin by establishing what we will accomplish together today. By the end of this presentation, you will have a solid grasp of the core concepts and definitions that form the backbone of supply chain management. We will explore how this field has evolved from simple transportation logistics to today's sophisticated technology-driven networks. You will understand the key components that make supply chains function effectively from procurement to final delivery. We will also examine strategic approaches to optimize these systems and conclude by looking at the exciting trends and challenges shaping the future of our industry. Think of this as building your supply chain vocabulary and conceptual framework. So, what exactly is supply chain management? At its core, SCM is the coordination and management of all activities involved in getting products from raw materials to end customers. Imagine a symphony orchestra. Each section must play in harmony to create beautiful music. Similarly, supply chain management orchestrates sourcing, procurement, conversion, and logistics to create value for customers. The key elements together seamlessly, planning and coordination set the tempo, much like a conductor. Sourcing and procurement bring in the right materials at the right time. Manufacturing and assembly transform these inputs into finished products. Distribution and delivery ensure products each customers when and where they need it. Finally, customer service and returns management complete the cycle, ensuring customer satisfaction and handling any issues that arise. Each element is critical. Weakness in any area can disturb the entire chain. It's important to distinguish between supply chain management and logistics, as these terms are often used interchangeably but represent different scopes of activity. Think of supply chain management as the architect's blueprint for an entire building, while logistics is like the detailed engineering of the electrical or plumbing systems. Supply chain management takes the broader strategic view. It encompasses the entire network from your suppliers to your customers. It focuses on integration, collaboration, and building long-term relationships that create competitive advantage. Logistics, on the other hand, is more tactical and operational. It's the nuts and bolts of moving, storing, and managing inventory. While logistics focuses on efficiency and cost optimization in day-to-day operations, supply chain management is about strategic positioning and long-term value creation. Both are essential, but they operate at different levels of the organization. The field of supply chain management has undergone a remarkable transformation over the past several decades in the traditional approach of the 1960s through 1980s. Companies operated in functional silos. Purchasing bought materials, manufacturing made products, and sales sold them. With little coordination between departments, the primary focus was cost minimization, often at the expense of service quality. The 1990s and 2000s brought the integrated approach. Companies began breaking down silos, forming cross-functional teams, and recognizing that the lowest cost wasn't always the best value. Quality and customer service became equally important, and strategic partnership replaced adversarial supplier relationships. Today's digital era has revolutionized supply chain thinking. We now have end-to-end visibility across global networks, real-time analytics, driving data. Today's digital era has revolutionized supply chain thinking. We now have end-to-end visibility across global networks, real-time analytics driving decisions, and an increased focus on sustainability and resilience. The COVID-19 pandemic has further emphasized the importance of building flexible, adaptable supply chains that can respond to unpredicted disruptions. Every supply chain forms a network with three main segments. Upstream activities involve all the suppliers who provide raw materials and components. This includes multiple tiers, your direct suppliers, their suppliers, and so on. Think of this like tributaries feeding into a river. The middle of the network consists of your internal operations, manufacturing, assembly, quality control, and inventory management. This is where you add value and transform inputs into products your customers want. Downstream activities move products toward end customers through distribution centers, retailers, and various sales channels. The goal is ensuring the right products reach the right customer at the right time in the right condition. Understanding your position in this network and the relationships between all participants is crucial for effective supply chain management. No company operates in isolation. Success depends on how well the entire network performs together. Within logistics, two core functions deserve special attention: transportation management and warehousing operations. Transportation management involves critical decisions about how to move goods effectively and cost effectively. This includes selecting the right transportation modes, whether that's trucks for flexibility, rail for cost effective long distance shipping, air for speed, or sea for international bulk shipments. Route optimization, carrier selection, and freight cost control are daily challenges that directly impact that. Route optimization, carrier selection, and freight cost control are daily challenges that directly impact both costs and customer satisfaction. Warehousing and storage operations are equally complex. Facility location decisions affect both costs and service levels. You want to be close enough to customers for quick delivery, but not so spread out that you lose economies of scale. Warehouse design, inventory management systems, order fulfillment processes, and material handling equipment all contribute to operational efficiency. Modern warehouses are highly automated, technology-driven operations that serve as critical links in the supply chain. Inventory management is often called the heart of logistics, and for good reason. Getting inventory levels right in a delicate balancing act. Too much inventory ties up cash and increases storage costs, while too little risk stockouts and disappointed customers. Several key concepts guide effective inventory management. Economic order quantity, or EOQ, helps determine the optimal order size that minimizes total costs. Just-in-time principles focuses on reducing waste by receiving inventory exactly when it's needed. ABC analysis categorizes inventory items by importance. ABC analysis categorizes inventory items by importance, allowing managers to focus attention where it matters cost. We all manage different types of inventory throughout the supply chain. Raw materials waiting to be processed, work in progress, items being manufactured, finished goods ready for sale, and maintenance. Supplies needed to keep operations running. Each type requires different management approaches and investment strategies. The key is optimizing the total system, not just individual inventory categories. Strategic sourcing has evolved far beyond simply buying materials at the lowest price. Today's procurement professionals follow a sophisticated process that begins with spend analysis to understand what the organization is buying from whom. Market research identifies potential suppliers and understands supply market dynamics. The supplier identification and evaluation process is rigorous, involving requests for proposals, financial analysis, and capability assessments. Contract negotiation has become a strategic activity, covering not just price, but also quality standards, delivery requirements, and risk allocation. Performance monitoring ensures suppliers meet their commitments over time. Organizations face several key sourcing decisions. Should they use single supplier for low cost and stronger relationship, or multiple suppliers for reduced risk? Should they source locally for speed and flexibility, or globally for cost advantages? Should they make product internally for control, or buy from specialists from expertise? These decisions significantly impact supply chain performance, cost structure, and competitive positioning. Distribution strategy defines how products flow from manufacturing facilities to end customers, and these decisions significantly impact both cost and service levels. Companies can choose direct distribution, selling directly to customers, or indirect distribution through various intermediaries like wholesalers and retailers. Many organizations use hybrid approaches, combining different channels for different products or customer segments. Network configuration is equally important. Centralized warehousing reduces inventory investment and improves economies of scale, but may slow delivery times. Decentralized networks with regional distribution centers improve service but increase costs. Cross-docking operations minimize storage by moving products downstream. Hub and spoke model, borrowed from the airline industry, can optimize transportation costs while maintaining service levels. The key is designing distribution network that aligns with your customer requirements, product characteristics, and cost objectives. There is no one size fit for all solutions. You can't manage what you don't measure, and supply chain management requires a comprehensive set of performance metrics. Financial metrics focus on the economic impact of supply chain decisions. Total cost of ownership goes beyond purchase price to include all costs associated with acquiring, using, and disposing of products. Return on assets measures how effectively the organization uses its supply chain investments. Cash to cash cycle time tracks how quickly the organization converts investments into cash flow. Operational focus on efficiency and effectiveness. On-time delivery measures reliability, while order fulfillment accuracy ensures customers receive exactly what they ordered. Inventory turnover indicates how efficiently inventory investments are being used. Supply chain cycle time measures the speed of the entire process from the order to delivery. Customer service metrics capture the external perspective. Perfect order fulfillment combines multiple factors: right product, right quantity, right time, right condition, right documentation. Customer satisfaction scores provide direct feedback, while order to delivery time measures responsiveness. The best supply chain metrics combines financial performance with operational excellence and customer satisfaction. Technology has become the nervous system of modern supply chains, providing the connectivity and intelligence needed to manage complex global networks. Traditional information systems remain important foundations. ERP systems integrate financial, operational, and supply chain data across the organization. TMS systems optimize routing, carrier selection, and freight payment. WMS system controls inventory, direct picking operations, and manage labor productivity. But emerging technologies are revolutionizing supply chain capabilities. The IoT provides real-time visibility into product location, condition, and performance throughout the supply chain. Sensors on trucks track temperature for perishable goods, while RFID tags provide automated inventory updates. Artificial intelligence and machine learning analyze vast accounts of data to predict demand, optimize inventory, and identify potential disruptions before they occur. Blockchain technology creates tamper-proof records that enable complete traceability from raw materials to end customers. Robotics and automation are transforming warehouse operations, reducing labor costs while improving accuracy and speed. These technologies aren't just nice to have, they are becoming essential for competitive advantages. Modern supply chain face an unprecedented variety of risk, and effective risk management has become a core competence. We can categorize these risks into four main types. Operational risk include quality problems, capacity constraints, and supplier performance issues. Financial risk involve currency fluctuation, credit problems, and cost volatility. Strategic risk encompasses reputation damage and competitive threats. Hazard risk include natural disasters, terrorism, pandemic-related disruptions, as we have all learned very recently. The key to effective risk management is not trying to eliminate all risk, which would be impossible and economically unfeasible, but rather identifying, assessing, and mitigating the most significant threats. Supplier diversification reduces dependency on a single source. Flexible capacity planning enables a rapid response to changing conditions. Insurance and hedging provide financial protection against major losses. Perhaps most importantly, business continuity planning prepares organizations to maintain operations during disruptions. This includes identifying critical suppliers, maintaining emergency inventory, and developing alternative sourcing strategies. The organizations that performed best during recent global disruptions were those that had invested in risk management and supply chain resilience. Sustainability has moved from nice to have to business imperative, driven by consumer expectations, regulatory requirements, and long-term business viability. Environmental considerations now influence every supply chain decisions. Organizations are measuring and reducing their carbon footprint across all supply chain activities. Sustainable packaging reduces waste and environmental impact while potentially reducing costs. Reverse logistics and recycling programs create circular supply chains that minimize waste and recover value from used products. Social responsibility is equally important. Ethical sourcing practices ensure suppliers meet labor and human rights standards. Fair trade certification guarantee producers receive appropriate compensation. Community impact assessments consider the broader effects of supply chain decisions on local communities. Many organizations now require sustainability commitments from their suppliers, creating ripple effects throughout their supply network. Leading companies are discovering that sustainable practices often reduce costs while improving brand reputation and customer loyalty. Sustainability isn't just about doing good, it's about doing business well in a resource constrained world. Affecting multiple industries to shipping delays that disrupted retail operations worldwide. These disruptions highlighted the risk of over-optimization and excessive focus on cost reduction at the expense of resilience. Geopolitical tensions and trade wars have added new complications, forcing companies to reconsider their sourcing strategies and evaluate the risk of over-dependence on specific countries or regions. Labor shortages and skill gaps affect operations from manufacturing floors to truck driving, while increasing customer expectations demand faster delivery, greater customization, and perfect execution. Regulatory compliance has become increasingly complex with different requirements across markets and evolving standards for everything from product safety to environmental impact. Successful organizations are adopting through several strategies, building resilience and flexibility into their networks, considering nearshoring to reduce risk, accelerating digital transformation initiatives, and developing deeper, more collaborative partnerships with key suppliers and customers. The future of supply chain management promises exciting developments that will reshape how we think about moving goods and serving customers. Circular economy principles are driving the design of closed loop supply chains that minimize waste and maximize resource utilization. Autonomous vehicles and drones promise to revolutionize last mile delivery, reducing cost while improving service levels. Predictive analytics and artificial intelligence are moving beyond reactive problem solving to proactive optimization and prevention. Real time visibility and transparency will become standard expectations, with customers tracking their orders from production through delivery. Mass customization and personalization are creating new challenges for supply chain design, requiring flexible manufacturing systems and postponement strategies. To prepare for this future, professionals need to embrace continuous learning and adoption, as the skills needed today may be different from those needed tomorrow. Organizations must invest in both technology and talent development, building supply chains that are not just efficient but also agile, responsive, and sustainable. The emphasis on ethics, sustainability, and stakeholder value will only increase, requiring supply chain professionals to consider broader impacts beyond traditional cost and service metrics. Throughout our supply chain career, you will encounter complex problems that require systematic analysis and creative solutions. This case study framework provides a structured approach to tackling these challenges. Begin with situation analysis. Understand the current state, key stakeholders, and relevant constraints. This foundation is crucial for identifying the real problems rather than just symptoms. Problem identification involves clearly defining the core challenges and opportunities. Often, the obvious problem isn't the root cause. Alternative solutions should be generated creatively, considering multiple approaches and their trades off. The recommendation phase requires clear justification for your preferred solution, considering both quantitative analysis and qualitative factors. First and foremost, supply chain strategy must align with and support overall business strategy. A supply chain optimized for low cost won't serve a business competing on innovation and speed. Integration across functions and organizations creates synergies and eliminates waste. Focus on value creation rather than just cost reduction leads to sustainable competitive advantage. Emphasis on flexibility and responsiveness enables adoption to changing conditions and customer requirements. Finally, investment in people, process, and technology builds the capabilities needed for long term success. Supply chain management is fundamentally about people working together to serve customers better than competitors can. Technology enables this collaboration, but people make it happen. Thank you.